Yeah, I'm not really too sure how to start this one. Normally it's like upbeat, positive, and it's like, hey, I'm doing something. But this one's an update with my condition, whatever you want to call it, parosmia, also known as long COVID, also known as that horrible smell or that horrible taste, depending on what you've got, or maybe you've got no smell and no taste, which is a different thing entirely. I was recently browsing Twitter, and I was looking around for like, has anybody had anything, done anything, seen any doctors? Has there been any news about, anything? And I came across a few people speaking on it. Well, to be honest, quite a lot of people speaking on the issue and the matter, and everyone saying sort of the same thing, like, what can I do? Then I came across a person on Twitter called Katie. She was having a bad time with parosmia, and I thought, oh, you know what, like maybe I'll just do a video explaining what it's like for me, because it's always useful to hear what it's like for other people, and then you can figure out what's going on, because nobody seems to be talking about it at all. So I basically got it. I'm pretty sure I got COVID it was kind of like pre-2021, like late 2020. And it's the normal story for most people that have this condition. You get COVID, you recover, and then as you're recovering, you have no smell and taste. You can, drink whatever you want. I was trying like, alcohol, everything, nothing tasted of anything, mouthwash, everything tasted of just nothing. Like the most no taste I've ever experienced, because when I have a cold or anything, I don't lose my smell or taste. It might slightly weaken, but never lost it. And pre that, I've always been a quote picky eater, or what I now know to be is kind of, I believe the term is like super taster. All of these things sound silly to people that don't go through it, but you'll understand. Basically, when I can like taste everything and I can pick up every single difference, it's really hard to explain. So you might have like two products that are pretty much identical, and I can really like one of them and absolutely hate the other. And it's not about being picky or fussy or not trying, because I literally try everything. There are certain things I just strongly dislike, and I'll pick up stuff that nobody else is picking up. Doctor said it could be that you're a super taster. Look, I don't know. Anyway, I've had that, and I've always had a limited amount of meals I can eat. So when I lost my smell and taste, and again, I'm just explaining what went on, the first thing that happened is it got really dull. Like, it got, to me, like a dull sense of smell and taste. Mainly taste. My smell was still decent, but my taste was really dull. And I was eating things that I would never normally eat. And I was trying things as always, and things were tasting like very similar. So if you have a brand A and brand B, I'll be able to like close my eyes and tell you every single difference between the two. When my taste got slightly weakened, everything was very similar, everything was really nice, and I was enjoying eating for the first time in my life. And I was like, shit, is this what it's like to eat like a regular person? Because I wasn't picking up every tiny little thing. It was just kind of like, there's chicken A, there's chicken B, it's all the same. Whereas I can be like, oh, I'm a type of person that I can say something like, oh yeah, I like sausages, but only this specific one. And it's not like, oh, I'm fussy, oh, I'm picky, I won't eat that, oh, I'm going to turn my nose up it. And I just genuinely don't like it, and I don't know why, but it's always been that way. So when I had the weakened smell and taste, it was great. It was great. I thought, holy shit, this is like kind of cool in a way, like I can eat normally. And then it went completely. And then it recovered. Fast forward about a couple of months, 2 to 3 months, it just took on this smell. So it started with a smell, and I remember waking up thinking everything's on fire. That was my initial one, like, holy shit, like something's burning, what's going on? And then this stayed on for a while, and it's kind of hard to explain to somebody when you don't know what it is. Like, yeah, there's this burning smell, or there's this awful smell. Or you eat something and you're like, that was awful, I don't want to eat that. And you haven't clicked, like, this is a thing. You're just, like, thinking one day, like, oh, maybe that milk was off. Maybe that was a bad batch of so-and-so, right? Well, this went on for, like, weeks, and I was like, yeah, something's not right. During this time, I also had tonsillitis and strep throat, and my nose, I would wake up and my nose would be full of blood. I don't know, I've never had this before. Went to the doctors and then got sorted, and then I thought maybe the two are coincided. Must have had an infection. It's all out my system. That's good. No, it carried on, and it's just never changed. Like, it's changed, but it's always the same. So to explain, everything just, not everything, it's not everything, but certain things have this horrible stench. What's confusing about your brain and your smell is, you know, like you have those things in your eyes, like as you get a bit older, like a floating thing in your eye, and eventually your brain just fades them out. They're still there, but you can't see them. So it's hard to explain, has the smell gone, or have I just literally got used to it? And when I talk about the smell, I'm talking about the all-day, everyday smell that is always there, not specific foods or anything. So that has gone. I don't smell burning. I don't smell rubber anymore. But I can't tell if I'm just used to it and I've like zoned it out or not. Secondly, we're now, I guess, almost 10 months later. I'm at the point where I just don't know what to eat. And like, that's why I haven't made any videos, to be honest. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to continue. I don't know what is going on. It's really difficult. I have no motivation. I'm tired all the time because I'm not eating. For example, you're probably going to be like, what the hell, dude? This is literally all I've had to eat today, because I have scoured everywhere, and for some reason nothing tastes right today. As always, there's just not a single thing that I can find, be it chicken, pasta, sauce, make your own sauce, peppers, tomatoes, potatoes, water. There's nothing. Everything just completely stinks and it's disgusting, and I can't power through it, because when I power through it I feel really, really ill, and then I throw up, and then I'm not eating and I'm throwing up, which is never a good combo. So tonight I'm having a plain whey protein shake and a handful of these like sugary sweets, and that's it, because that's the only thing I can eat. And people are going to be like, that's ridiculous, bro. I don't know what else to do. So that's kind of the stage that I'm at. It's like some days I might eat something and it might be a bit okay and I'll get through it. And that's what I've been doing for the past 7 months. I've basically been eating a diet of, there's been 2 meals that I've been able to eat. It was potatoes, tomatoes, peppers with fish. And that was fine. And I ate that every single day for 7 months. It was basically one meal. I just had to get through it. I didn't enjoy it. It's not food that I'd normally eat. It wasn't disgusting, but it wasn't tasting right. Like, the tomatoes were way too sweet. The peppers were kind of off. Potatoes are a bit like not quite what you would describe. And then the fish has a slight oniony taste, and when I say onion, it would be like what I perceive the new taste of onion to be, which is this warped, horrible smell taste. And it's very easy for people to say, put a nose clip on, or just eat the thing that you like. If you've not been through it, I think it's similar to like a cancer patient. When they have chemotherapy, they can lose their smell and taste, and they were struggling. I was watching a guy yesterday on the One Show in the UK who was a chef. He had chemotherapy, and he was really depressed for like 9 months because he couldn't eat and he didn't know what to do, and he wasn't sure if it would ever come back. So yeah, I'm just basically at a point where if there's any garlic and onion, which is still the main issues, if there's any garlic and onion, I just can't even be in the same room. It's so grotesque. I can't even describe what the smell is like. It's so strong. If there's any hint of dried garlic, fresh garlic, garlic paste, olive oil garlic, dried onion, fried onion, fresh onion, chopped onion, onion paste, onion powder, whatever, I just can't even. The whole area is just like a complete no-go. It's like this. It's the only way I can describe it is, so the way it's kind of happened is your olfactory nerves get switched off, which like sends everything, and when they get switched on in a crossed way, so it can't decipher what's nice or wrong. And to err on the side of caution, I believe your body like makes everything more cautious, because from an evolutionary standpoint, it's much safer for the human basically to be much more wary of smells and tastes than it is to have everything taste lovely. So basically everything is like sending this warning signal that I just have to get out of there. I've tried gritting through it. I've tried eating garlic. I've tried eating onion. I consistently come back and try them. I've tried smell training. I visited the doctor. I told the doctor what was going on. I told him that I was incredibly depressed, no motivation, don't know what to do. I don't know how long I can carry on. And he told me, well, there's nothing I can do, and I finish at 6 o'clock. So after opening up to the doctor about being depressed and everything, he just basically told me to fuck off. I rang up a few weeks later, because something like that, if you don't know, if you open up to somebody like that and then they pretty much shit on you, that takes a while to get over. So then I rang up, and he said, oh, I'll refer you to someone else. This woman was much more friendly, understanding, and she said, we can get you to a long COVID clinic, but they probably won't be able to do anything, but at least maybe you'll be able to talk to somebody that is a bit more informed. I thought that's great. They then asked me to pay, and I said, I don't want to pay, I'm ill. After I did this and that, they eventually said, okay, we'll refer you, and we'll call you back. There was no phone calls for weeks and weeks and weeks. A couple months later, I got a letter through my door that said, I'm sorry, you don't qualify for any support from the long COVID clinics. Goodbye, basically. So I just don't fucking know, to be honest. I just don't know. It sounds nothing. If someone said to you, you can only eat one meal for the rest of your life, you'd be like, oh, I'll just get on with it. Like, it's not that bad. Food's food. You just eat it and move on with your day. It's not. They're two massive senses in smell and taste. Like, to explain, and again, it's hard for me to say this online because it's personal, but, you know, your own body odor stinks. It smells of onion, but not like an actual onion, what I remember an onion to smell like, but like this horrible warped smell. And I know that's not true because, well, I've asked people and stuff, and yeah, but I constantly smell it and it makes me nauseous. And basically one of the first reasons I thought something was going wrong was when I went to the toilet, and you know, do your 1 and 2, shall we say. The number 2 is a very nice smell. And you might be like, what? Yeah. So one of the only nice smells is when someone goes to the toilet. And number 2, if I go to the toilet and have a piss, it smells like some sort of deformed kidney infection. So at first I thought maybe I've got a kidney infection. But no, everything just smells fucked up. Brushing your teeth, all toothpaste tastes disgusting. Don't get any minty freshness. It's okay, someone saying, put a nose clip on and just get through it. Yeah, you can do that, and I've done that. But after months of just, if you do this, if you try to eat, like fully close your nose and try to eat and it's like mush, there's zero enjoyment, and eventually it's gonna break you. I've been doing this about 10 months now, and I think I've been doing pretty well to consistently stay positive, keep making videos, be upbeat, have the energy to like work out and stuff. But I'm at a point now I just don't know. So yeah, body odor smells horrible. What else have we got? Have things changed in any positive manner? In some ways, yes, and in some ways it's a bit confusing. So in some ways, chocolate used to be awful, but I can sort of eat chocolate now. But it doesn't taste right. So have I just got used to the fact it tastes wrong, and now I'm just used to it? Or has it got a bit better? And also, the big kicker is, some days you do feel like you're getting better. And the truth is, like, it's mostly because you're avoiding all of the things that you know make you feel sick, depressed, awful. So obviously by now I know all the foods that kind of trigger me to feel awful and taste awful and smell awful. So I try my absolute best to avoid all stuff like that. But it's little things. It's like going to the cash point and next door is a bakery. Used to be like, oh, there's the bakery smell. It's horrendous. It's nauseous inducing. In public transport, one single smell, somebody's perfume can be so sickly sweet, and it can be anything. And there seems to be no help. No one's taking it seriously. It's two of your main senses. And it would be the equivalent of saying, after COVID, people are going blind and deaf. It would be taken seriously, but because you say things like, oh, I can't eat chocolate or sweets, and everything tastes bad, they're like, oh, that'd be great. I'd love to do that. I'd be on a diet. I'd eat anything. But it's not that it doesn't taste of anything. It's just everything tastes awful. So my 10-month update pretty much is like, nothing's really changed. Still can't eat meat. Still basically living off a bowl of fried noodles. Fried noodles, soy sauce. That's pretty much it. Protein shake. Some vegetables. Carrots seem to be okay. These like frozen baby carrots seem to be okay. Green beans. Green beans are okay. Tomatoes are hit and miss. Sometimes I really like them. Sometimes they're horrible. So it's little things. It's like putting something on your plate where you're like, am I finally going to enjoy this? Or is this going to be like stomach inducing awful? So yeah, like, I don't really know. It's just, yeah. It's just been a bit hard to cope with, because if you thought to yourself, well, I'm going blind, shit, there's maybe some part of you that can cope with that in some way if you know it's happening. With this, you have no idea what you're doing every single day. You don't trust anything. You don't trust the smell of soap. You don't trust the smell of the toilets. You don't trust the smell of urine. You don't trust the smell of a Coke. You don't trust the smell of water. You don't want to get into any environment that you're unsure of, and that makes me anxious. Like, it does. Like, I don't want to go into new places and be like, holy shit, am I about to fucking have to stick two fingers up my nose or hold my nose before I throw up? Like, that's not normal, bro. It, and like, now I'm just sat here like, time to drink my fucking protein shake. Time to eat this sugary sweets, try to get some energy, and then try again tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm already thinking like, what do I do tomorrow? Do I just go back and eat my noodles? And you might be like, bro, it's just noodles, get on with it. It's nothing to do that, and I think it's really unfair that people treat it in that manner. If I asked you tomorrow, the only thing you can eat, so for me, the only thing I can drink is water, Diet Coke, that's it, and plain protein shakes pretty much. And even Coke sometimes is a bit weird. So if I said to you, for the next 9 months of your life, you're going to eat a bowl of plain noodles and a glass of water for 9 months straight, you can't eat anything else, and some days the noodles are going to taste awful, and some days you're not going to want to eat them, and some days you're starving hungry but you eat them anyway. Like, it's just shit. I don't know. I'm just like completely losing motivation. Nobody seems to be taking it seriously. You know, it'd be nice to have like, I don't know, just I've considered like you can have surgery to like disconnect the nerves from your nose to, I guess, your brain or some shit, so you don't have any smell or taste, but that's in its own way going to be awful, because then you'll never get any nice smells or tastes. It might be that in a month I recover, or it might be never, because I've read articles of people from 2004, you know, because it's not just a COVID thing. This can happen if you bump your head. There's a lot of shit that can cause it, and you know, it's just difficult. I don't know. So yeah, at the moment, you know, this is what Katie said before. You don't know what parosmia is unless you're sitting on a train with the door open and the new people enter and the smell changes, and suddenly people not so far from you or not even next to you smell so awful that you have to hold your nose for 35 minutes while smelling rotten garbage. And it sounds like over the top, but it's entirely true. So yeah, like some days I just sit here and I'm like, oh, I really want to go play this game or hop on stream, or I really want to make this video, and I just can't even be positive, and then I just feel like I don't want to post anything that's not that positive. So yeah, I don't know. Normally I'd just delete this video and be like, I don't want to post this, but I think it's important to actually post it. It's just depressing, bro. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it's frustrating, it's depressing, it's like, so, like, I don't know. As well, it's one of those things that people don't really understand because it is confusing, which makes it more like if you said to somebody, I got into a car accident and my eyes fucked up and I can't see. You can imagine what that is like a bit. If you tell somebody, hey, I got COVID, I fully recovered, but now I have to only eat certain things and chocolate tastes bad, they're like, bro, what are you on about? It's nothing. So yeah. 10-month update, not very good, to be completely honest, not really coping very well. You know, in some ways I'm doing okay because, well, I'm doing a few personal things which I don't really want to share online, but they're going well. And it's a shame because COVID or long COVID keeps interrupting with these things I'm trying to do. It's not like, you know, it's not like something you could claim a disability for and be like, oh, let me just call in sick because it smells bad. Like, it's not even something like that. It's not something that anyone can help you with. I'm taking vitamin A, I'm taking zinc, I'm taking vitamin C, I'm taking vitamin D, I'm smell training. I'm trying consistently things I don't like to see if that helps. But it just don't seem to make any difference. So yeah, like you know, I'll be honest with you, like I tried to cheer myself up by being like, hey, I'll play some Gears 1, that's a classic game. Like, I like that game, no stress, I'll stream that. And the whole time I'm just like, bro, I just wish I could fucking smell, mate. I wish I could taste. Like, it's just constantly on your mind. Constantly on your mind. Like, you get, the other thing is as well is when something does taste nice, you have no enjoyment. That's the thing, you have no enjoyment. It's like, even the food that tastes nice, you're like, what the fuck is this, bro? So yeah, I don't fucking know, bro.